So welcome to all of you Shiksha 360, and today basically we will discuss retail banking chapter number 4. Clear, this chapter is very important because you will get 3 to 4 mark question directly from this chapter. Clear, 3 to 4 mark question directly from this chapter. Clear, in this chapter basically Abraham Maslow theory is very important. Clear, in this chapter basically Abraham Abraham Maslow theory, very important for the examination point of view. Clear, very important for the examination point of view. Clear. So let's start our discussion, and I request all of you go through that chapter properly, and you will get definitely 3 to 4 marks in your examination. So let's start. So first of all, retail products overview. Clear, basically we have already discussed regarding the retail products in the chapter number 3. So let's start overview here. Basically, what are the retail products overview? Clear, basically under that basically we will discuss basically what are the retail products. Clear. So under the retail products, clear, first of all, basically we will discuss the target customers. Clear, under the retail products, basically the target customers are basically generally individuals. Clear, target customers are basically generally individuals or a group of individuals. Clear, basically generally individuals or a group of individuals, whether they are employed or self-employed. Clear, but having regular income. Clear, but having regular income. Clear. So target customers are basically generally here individuals or a group of individuals. Clear, whether they are to be employed or self-employed. Clear, whether they are to be employed or self-employed, but having a regular income. Clear, but having regular income. Clear. So it means that basically either they are doing any business or they are doing any job at specific place. Clear, they are getting regular salary. So basically in these cases, clear, basically in these cases, repayment is expected to come out of the cash flows on account of salary or from business or other activities. Clear, because like under the retail products, clear, basically what we will give, like housing loan, vehicle loan. Clear, these types of things basically we will give under the retail products. So basically these things basically will not give any income to the person. Clear, will not give any income to the person. Clear. So basically their repayment. Clear. So in these cases basically repayment is expected to come out of the cash flows. Clear, basically repayment is expected to come out of the cash flows basically on account of salary. Clear, come out of the cash flows basically on account of salary or from business or from other activities. Clear, on account of salary or from business or other activities. Clear. So basically bank finance basically for what? Basically for the purchase of houses, vehicles, etc. to the individuals. Clear, bank finance basically for the purchase of houses, vehicles, etc. basically to the individuals. Clear. So these assets generally do not generate any income. Clear, these assets basically generally do not generate any income to the customers. So this type of banking. Clear. So this type of banking basically where the bank deals with the individual customers, it is known as retail banking. Clear. So basically this type of banking basically where the bank deals with the individual customer. Clear, basically where the bank deals with the individual customer, it is basically known as the retail banking. So here target customers are individual, joint borrowers, employees of proprietary partnership firms, companies, NRIs, HUF, trust associations, etc. Clear, basically mainly these are all the target customers. Clear, generally basically we will say that basically individuals or a group of individuals, but overall all these are comes under the retail. Clear. Clear. So basically individual, joint borrowers, employees of proprietary partnership firms, companies, NRIs, HUFs, Hindu undivided family. Very important for the examination point of view also. Trust associations, etc. Clear. So retail products. Clear, retail products are basically volume driven. Clear, volume driven, and features related to basically who will qualify and who will not are predetermined. Clear, and basically features qualified basically to take that loan. Clear, basically who will qualify and who will not are predetermined. Clear. So these are basically card based assessments. Clear. So these are basically scorecard based assessments. Clear. Approach to retail. Clear, basically approach to retail, it is little bit different from that of a loan to a corporate. Clear, approach to retail, it is different from that of a loan basically to the corporate customer. Clear. So basically where a credit appraisal exercise precedes the decision to lend. Clear, precedes the decision to lend. Clear, in the upcoming sessions, clear, basically we have to discuss in detail basically how basically what are the steps taken. Clear, basically while giving loan to the corporate, clear, basically while giving loan to the corporate, clear. So in the case of personal loans, clear, in the case of personal loans, basically certain qualifications are prescribed, clear, basically in the case of personal loans, certain qualifications are prescribed and the borrower must fit in, clear, and the borrower must fit in, or he does not qualify for the loan, clear, he does not qualify for the loan, clear. So basically certain qualifications, or we can say that certain things are to be specified, clear, certain things are to be specified, like you can say that if you visiting any public sector bank, clear, public sector bank, basically for the loan, so basically first thing they will demand your KYC documents, clear, they will check the CIBIL. If CIBIL is good or under the limit, clear, so basically as per the requirement, so they will ask you to bring your ITR, clear, bring your ITR, clear. If you are not filling the ITR, then you are basically not eligible, clear. So this is the main condition, clear, this is the main condition in many of the cases, clear, basically while taking the loan, clear, because they will check your ITR, clear, they will check your ITR, clear, because ITR is the only source basically they from where they will verify that you are earning this specific amount of income, clear, this specific amount of income, clear. So this is the one case, clear, this is the one case basically I will take here, clear, just to understand, clear, basically how, what are the qualifications are prescribed, clear, what are the qualifications are prescribed, clear, this is the main criteria, clear. So it different from bank to bank, clear, but generally this is the main criteria, like if your KYC and your CIBIL is good, so basically next thing basically for taking any loan, basically they will check your ITR, clear, they will check your ITR. So what is the approval process for the retail loans, clear? So what is the approval process for the retail loans, clear? So in the case of retail loans, either the applicant could approach the bank or the selling team or person basically could approach the prospective client, clear. Either the person basically will approach the bank or the selling team or the marketing team of that specific bank basically could approach the prospective client, clear. Some of the existing customers, clear, could be approached by the bank staff or its agent basically for cross selling more products, clear, for cross selling more products, like we can say that if any person has taken any housing loan from us, clear, basically we know that basically that person is a, just we will take the example that person is a government teacher, clear. Now that person basically do inquiries at other banks also basically for the vehicle loan, clear. So basically we will approach that bank, clear, and try to convince that customer that your housing loan is already basically with us. So basically I request to all of you, I request to you basically you can take vehicle loan from us also, clear. Basically we will provide you some opportunities under that, clear, like concessional rate of interest, clear. So that is basically some of the existing customer basically could be approached by the bank staff or its agent basically for cross selling more products, clear, basically for what, for cross selling more products, clear. So whatever be the method, clear, so whatever be the method, the first step, clear, whatever be the method, the first step is collection of application, clear. So whatever be the method, the first step is collection of application and information that is necessary, clear, is collection of application and information basically that is necessary to evaluate the customer, clear, that is necessary basically to evaluate the customer as to whether he or she is eligible for the product, clear. Whatever be the method, the first step is collection of application and information, clear, collection of application and information that is necessary, clear, that is necessary to evaluate the customer as to whether he or she is eligible for that product or not, clear. So in the case of personal loans, clear, basically in the case of personal loans, certain eligibility criteria are prescribed, clear, like we can say that in many banks, clear, what is the eligibility criteria, that is the person is to be salaried, clear, or they are basically having business and their ITR is properly filled, clear. So basically these are some of the certain conditions, clear. So in the case of personal loans, clear, basically certain eligibility criteria are prescribed and the borrower must fit in to be the eligible for loan, clear, and the borrower must fit in to be eligible for the loan, clear. A scoring sheet is prepared in the scoring sheet in the form of a template is prepared and usually items are checked off, clear, usually items are checked off if a prospective borrower qualifies or not. In addition, the KYC norms to apply, clear, in addition the KYC norms to apply, clear. So basically what are the things basically mentioned in the scoring sheet, clear, what are the things mentioned in the scoring sheet, like first of all they will write it that the CIBIL, clear, for different CIBIL score there is different rating or different score, clear. Second is basically income of that person, clear, basically in which range, clear. Third one basically how many long the person is dealing with the bank, clear. So all these things, clear, all these things basically are mentioned in the scoring sheet, clear, are mentioned in the scoring sheet, clear. So basically we have to check that basically and how much the person will score, clear, and how much the person will score, clear. It is also one of the eligibility criteria, clear. It is also become one of the eligibility criteria, that is approval process for the retail loans. Next is very, very important, the due diligence, clear. Next, this step is very, very important, the due diligence, clear. If you are not properly following this step, clear, like basically you can see that basically every year there is inspection. Inspection is going on in the branches, clear. Inspection is going on in the branches, and the majority of the remarks, clear, basically because of the due diligence, clear, because of the due diligence, because we will not take proper documents, clear, because we will not take proper documents, clear. So let's say discuss basically what are the things under that, clear. So the next step is the due diligence, wherein the application details are thoroughly verified, clear. The next step is the due diligence, wherein the application details are thoroughly verified, clear. So in the case of housing loans, clear, for construction, clear, in the case of housing loans for construction, the bank would like to know if the property developer has a market standing as is prompt in delivery, etc. Clear. Bank should also verify that whether the project has been duly registered with the RERA. In some states, basically, it is necessary for registration, and in some states, presently, it is not, clear. Basically, RERA is Regulation, Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2016. Clear. RERA, clear, Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2016, clear. Whether the project, clear, has been duly registered under this or not, clear, as it is required by some states now, clear. So basically, bank also pre-approve some properties, clear, as per their location, clear, as per their location, clear. Under that, basically, one important thing, like basically some, basically in the case of construction, clear, basically we have to do disbursement stepwise, clear. Basically we have to do disbursement stepwise, clear. Like we can say that basically if the loan is of 30 lakh, clear, so basically we will disburse 7 to 8 lakh in the first phase, clear. And after that, basically we will get a, or we will check basically whether that money is properly used or not, clear. Either there is any diversion of funds or not, clear. So basically we have to properly verify, and basically we will do the next disbursement, clear. And after that, basically we will do the next disbursement, clear. So basically we have to proper follow rules and regulations, clear. Next one here, second one here, basically in the case of vehicle loans, clear. In the case of vehicle loans, clear, like basically we will do the vehicle loan, clear. But basically what is our, some have the habit, basically some has the habit basically of collecting the invoice from the customer, clear. And basically the payment details, clear, like basically we do the payment through the NEFT or RTGS, clear. So basically we have to take the receipt of that from the customer, clear. Basically that customer basically will get from the agency, clear, that the payment details, clear. So in the case of vehicle loans, clear, the invoice is collected, clear, but many have not the habit of getting the invoice, clear. So basically I request all of you, please remember this thing, the invoice is collected, one of the important thing. And in the case of educational loans, clear, like basically we will do the fee payment through the NEFT or RTGS, clear. Basically we have to take the receipt of that payment, clear, basically from the customer, clear. So the admission and fee details are to be verified, clear. First of all, that admission and fees detail are to be verified, whether that customer will enroll in that course or not. And the second one, clear, basically we have to take the receipt of that payment, clear. That receipt is to be issued by the college, clear. That receipt is to be issued by the college, clear. So basically we have to do proper due diligence, clear. Basically we have to do proper due diligence, clear. So there are a large number of applicants for a retail loans, clear. So bank have to also taken to aggressively market the retail loans, clear, to aggressively market the retail loans, clear. Hence due diligence of the applicant becomes important, clear, because these days basically many frauds are occur basically if we are not doing the proper due diligence, clear. Proper due diligence, clear, not doing the proper due diligence, basically it means that we are not verifying the documents properly, clear. You will find that basically many persons, even basically our good customers, clear, in our branch basically have two PAN cards, clear. Basically many of the customers are also have two PAN cards, clear. So basically we have to verify all the details on the income tax portal regarding the PAN card, clear. Basically whether that PAN card is active or not, clear, whether that PAN card is active or not, clear. So basically hence due diligence of the active becomes important at the end of the verification process, clear. At the end of the verification process, the bank must be able to establish that the particulars furnished are authentic and the applicant qualifies for the loan, clear. At the end of the verification process, basically the bank must be able to establish that the applicant furnished, that the particular furnished by the applicant are authentic and the applicant qualifies for the loan, clear. Applicant qualifies for the loan, clear. So all these things basically you have to take care, clear, while giving any loan to the customer, clear, while giving any loan to the customer. And take proper documents, clear. take proper documents from the customer. Clear? In case in the future if the loan defaults, so basically you have to show that basically we have to proper due diligence, clear, from our side, clear, while giving the loan. So some next step basically verification of KYC with the relevant documents, clear. Verification of KYC with the relevant documents, clear. Presently basically what we will take, Aadhaar, PAN. So basically all banks will provide the facility of e-KYC, clear. E-KYC basically just you have to authenticate the Aadhaar, clear, whether that Aadhaar is belongs to that person or not, clear. Second one is verification of PAN number, clear, basically from the IT website, clear, income tax website. Third one is credit report verification from credit information companies, clear, credit report verification from the credit information companies, clear. Basically what we will do here, basically under the CIC, clear, basically when we will do the symbol, take symbol of any customer, clear, basically we just fill the Aadhaar, PAN, clear. So basically, and basically in some cases basically we will put that contact number or not, clear. So basically I request to all of you, clear, like basically there are 6 options under that, clear, there are 6 options under that. So I request to all of you, please put at least 3 to 4 details like Aadhaar, PAN, and ask from the customer like please give your voter card also, clear, like this. Cost earlier basically customers will take loan on the basis of only on the voter card, clear, only on the voter card, clear, because at that time Aadhaar is not existence, clear. So basically we have to take maximum to maximum documents, clear, and at least fill 2 to 3 phone numbers of the customer, clear, so that basically we will get related information regarding all these things, clear, regarding all these things, clear. So basically credit report verification from the credit information companies, and take at least from 2 agencies, clear, regarding the credit report, clear, like we can say that either from the first one basically we can say that from the symbol, or second one basically we can say that from the Equifax, clear, or different portals basically we have to use, clear, basically you have to use, clear. Fourth one is house visit to ensure a residential address, clear, house visit to ensure residential address, clear, and basically we have to verify from their neighbors also, clear, basically from how long basically that the customer is residing here, clear. Next one here is to basically telephonic verification of the individual at the office or business phone numbers, clear. Next one is verification and inspection of the immovable property offered as collateral or security, clear, offered as collateral or security. Next one is title investigation of the property offered as security or collateral, clear. Title investigation of the property offered as security or collateral. Valuation of such property by a bank appointed valuer, clear, appointed valuer, clear, because every bank basically have designated valuer, clear. So basically you have to take valuation of that property, clear, like basically if we are giving the housing loan, clear, so basically whether that house we are giving the housing loan of, we can say that rupees 60 lakh, clear, so whether that housing loan, clear, whether that property has that much value or not, clear. So basically we have to take valuation by the appointed valuer, clear. Next one is vetting of security documents basically by the bank legal advisor, clear, by the bank legal advisor, clear, basically we have to verify all the documents, clear, through our bank legal advisor, clear. That is basically we can say that evaluation of the documents, clear. So all these things, clear, because all these things basically come under the due diligence, clear, all these things basically comes under the due diligence, clear. So basically you have to take all these steps, clear, you have to take all these steps basically while sanctioning any loan, clear. This is the basic steps, clear, basically while sanctioning any loans, clear, under the due diligence. Now next one basically quantum of loan, clear. So basically how much loan basically we can sanction, clear. So this is also 1 mark question in the for the examination point of view, clear. So basically we have to go with the book values, clear. So basically, and it varies from bank to bank, but here basically we have to go with the values provided in the book, clear. So basically quantum of loan is either related to the product or to the income of the individual, clear, like we can say that the quantum is expressed as 12 times the monthly income, clear, under which case basically in the case of personal expenses, or clear, in the case of loans for the personal expenses, clear, basically if you are visiting any bank for the personal loan so how much loan basically they will give you, basically like basically you are earning 20,000 per month, so 12 times basically they can give maximum 2,40,000 loans, clear, 2,40,000 rupee loan, clear, 2,40,000 rupee loan, clear, in the case of personal, clear. That is basically 12 times the monthly income, clear, and here the monthly income is rupees 20,000, clear. Next case, clear, in the case of vehicle loans, clear, in the case of vehicle loans basically it is 4 times the annual income, clear, 4 times the annual income, like you can say that basically your annual income is rupees 5 lakh, clear, is rupees 5 lakh, clear. So as per this, clear, as per this maximum you can avail, that is 20 lakhs, clear. 20 lakh is the loan, clear. Basically in the case of vehicle, clear. Next thing is the basically for the housing loan, clear. Basically for the housing loan, that is 48 to 60 times, clear. Basically 48 to 60 times the monthly income for the purpose of housing, clear. 48 to 60 times the monthly income for the purpose of housing, clear. And this value is to be different for bank to bank, clear. Basically for bank to bank, here basically we will take the journal cases, clear. Basically we will take the journal cases, clear. As they are also mentioning here, basically these multiples basically could vary from bank to bank. Margin may vary from 15% to 30%, clear. The margin may vary from 15% to 30% of the value of the asset, clear, upon the value of the asset, depending upon the type of the loan or scheme, clear. Depending upon the type or loan of the scheme, clear. So rate of interest also varies, clear. Rate of interest also varies basically according to the loan, clear. Rates are generally straightforward in the terms of percentage per annum, clear. And basically rates in which way basically they are given, they are given in the case of percentage per annum, clear. Rates are generally given in the case of percentage per annum, clear. So this is the quantum of loan, clear. Next one basically we have to discuss regarding the repayment of the period, clear. Repayment period, clear. So repayment period basically may vary from 3 years to 30 years, clear. Repayment period vary, clear. Repayment period basically vary from 3 years to 30 years depending upon the purpose of the loan, clear. Repayment period basically may vary from 3 years to 30 years, clear, depending upon the purpose of the loan, clear. Like loans for personal expenses, clear. Loan for personal expenses are to be repaid basically within 3 years, clear. Auto loans are basically generally duration of 5 to 7 years. Like we can say that if this two-wheeler, in the case of two-wheeler, the maximum duration is to be basically 5 years, and in the case of four-wheeler, clear, the maximum duration is to be 7 years, clear, is to be 7 years, clear. So and housing loans basically for 5 to 30 years, clear. And the tenure of the housing loan is basically from 5 to 30 years, clear, from 5 to 30 years, clear. So in order that the loan repayment, clear, in order that the loan repayment basically does not result any difficulty for the lifestyle, bank consists that basically for borrowers from the salaried class, clear. Basically like we can say that if there is a loan of basically your monthly installment is 20,000, clear. So basically bank will fix your installment in such a way that basically after deducting the installment, basically you are getting specified income in your account, clear. You are getting proper income in your account, clear. Basically that is necessary, clear, basically for the monthly expenses, clear. That is monthly expenses, clear. So in order that the loan repayment does not result in any difficulty for the lifestyle, banks insist that, clear. Basically banks insist that basically for borrowers from the salaried class, clear. Basically for borrowers from the salaried class, there should be minimum net take home pay, clear. There should be minimum net take home pay basically after all the deductions, clear. There should be minimum net take home pay after all the deduction, including the loan repayment is made, clear. Including the loan repayment is paid, clear. This also ensures that the people do not resort to excessive borrowings, penalties, if any, clear. Basically from prepayment should be clearly spelled out in the terms of their fair practices code for bankers, clear. In terms of their fair practices code for bankers, clear. This ensures that the people do not resort to excessive borrowings, penalties, if any, for prepayment should be clearly spelled out in terms of the fair practices code for bankers, clear. Like basically it means that basically in some banks, clear, if you are doing the prepayment of the loan, clear, so they will charge you some extra, clear. Basically they will charge you some extra while doing the prepayment, clear. It depends upon loan to loan, clear. And they have specifically mentioned, clear, they have specifically mentioned in all the terms and conditions, clear. Basically while you are taking the loan from the bank, clear, while you are taking the loan from the bank, clear. So this is the repayment period, clear. So this is the repayment period. Next one basically customer requirement, clear. Customer requirement, very important. This will also 1 mark question from that, clear, from this. And basically from the next slide basically you will also get 1 mark question, clear. Customer requirement, clear. So customers are the key attribute of a retail bank, clear. Customers are the key attribute, clear. So basically here the customers are the key attribute of the retail bank. So different customers, clear. Basically different customers have different needs for the financial services, clear. Different customers basically have the different needs basically for the financial services, clear. So basically banks develop their products, clear. Basically banks develop their products and services basically based on the customer needs, clear. Banks develop their products and services basically based on the customer needs, clear. So customer segmentation, clear. So basically here basically we have to divide the customer, clear. Like basically in the banks also, clear. Basically we have if we have saving accounts, clear. So basically we have different types of saving account, clear. In basically in some accounts basically that is zero balance account, clear. In some accounts basically we have 1000 minimum balance. In some accounts basically we have 50,000 minimum balance, clear. In some accounts basically we have, you can say that 2 lakh minimum balance, clear. So this is the some different requirements, clear. This is the some different requirements basically on the basis of the customer, clear. On the basis of the customer, clear, because we have different products here. Different products have basically different facilities, clear. Different products basically have different facilities, clear. So basically banks develop their products and services based on the customer needs, clear. Basically based on the customer needs, clear. So customer segmentation is important for the retail banking to be successful, clear. So customer segmentation is to be very important for the retail banking to be successful, clear. So appropriate customer segmentation basically will have help banks to pitch the right product to the right customer, clear. To pitch the right product basically to the right customer, clear. So that basically we will provide proper service to the customer. So basically broadly customers are segmented, clear. Basically how we can segment the customer or differentiate the customer. Broadly customers are segmented basically based on their income levels, clear. Broadly customers are segmented basically based on their income levels as their need pyramid, clear. As their need pyramid basically will vary with the rise in their income levels, clear. As their need pyramid basically will vary with the rise in their income levels, clear. So basically the basic segment, clear. So basically the here basic segment of the customers basically based on their income levels, clear. The basic segment of customers basically based on the income levels, clear. This is 1 mark question in the examination, clear. Basically how we can segment the customers, clear. Basically how we can do the segmentation of customers basically on their income levels, clear. On their income levels, clear. So just discuss here. This is the income level and this is the customer segment, clear. This is the customer segment, clear. Basically from this table, clear. Basically from this table, chances of basically 1 mark question, chances of basically 1 mark question, like basically we can see that under the income of basically 2 to 10 lakh, clear. Basically we have mass market, clear. Basically we have mass market under the basically 10 to 50 lakh, mass affluent 50 to 400 lakh. We have super affluent 400 to 4000 lakhs. Basically we have high net worth individual, clear. Basically we have high net worth individual 4,000 to 1,20,000, clear. 4 lakh to basically 1,20,000, clear. So basically we have super high net worth individual, clear. And above 1,20,000 basically we have ultra high net worth individual, clear. Above 1,20,000 basically we have ultra high net worth individuals, clear. So in this way basically we have to do the customer segmentation, clear. Basically in this way basically we have to do the customer segmentation, clear. Like basically we can say that 2 to 10 basically we have mass market, 10 to 50 lakh basically we have mass affluent, 50 to 400 lakh, clear. Basically 50 to 400 lakh basically we have super affluent, 400 to 4000 basically we have high net worth individual, 4,000 to 1,20,000 basically we have super high net worth individual, and above 1,20,000 basically we have ultra high net worth individual, clear. Ultra high net worth individual, clear. Basically from this slide basically we will expect 1 question, clear. We will expect 1 question, clear. They will ask straightforward question and basically we have to at least score 55 to 60 marks, clear. Because whenever basically we are scoring little bit less than 50 marks in other subjects, clear, either in the ABM or BFM, so basically retail will help us to clear the overall cap, clear. To clear the overall cap, clear. So that's why I'm request to please focus more on this subject also, clear, along with that, clear, because it help us to score more. And this is very important, clear. Basically 1 or 2 marks, this is 1 mark question, clear. Basically from this table. Next basically customers buy the product and services, clear. Basically customers buy the product and services of the bank primarily to satisfy their needs, clear. Basically why banks buy the products and services of the bank basically primarily to satisfy their needs, clear. And if their needs and bank's products, clear, and if their needs and the bank's product match, so there is absolute synchrony, clear. If their needs and the bank's product match, so there is absolute synchrony. And if the benefits promised by the bank, clear, and if the benefits basically promised by the bank to the customer are delivered properly, clear, to the delivered properly, then there will be absolute satisfaction from the customer end, clear. Then there will be absolute satisfaction from the customer end, clear. So the requirement of the customer in general can be related, clear. So basically the requirements of the customer in general can be related basically with the need hierarchy theory by the Abraham Maslow. Clear? So basically here basically we have to discuss in detail regarding the Abraham Maslow theory. Clear? Abraham Maslow theory. Clear? This theory basically we have to discuss same also in module C. Clear? In module C of ABM. Clear? Module C of ABM also. Clear? So here just discuss in brief basically regarding the Abraham Maslow theory of needs. So basically Maslow theory and the customer requirement. Clear? So basically Maslow hierarchy of needs. Clear? So basically this has to be specified under 5 parts. Clear? This is to be divided under 5 parts. Clear? So let's discuss. So Abraham Maslow, clear? Abraham Maslow basically in his theory of motivation had stated that the people are motivated to achieve a certain needs. Clear? Basically people are motivated to achieve a certain needs. Clear? If their certain needs are to be fulfilled, so basically they will move towards the other one. Clear? So basically when one need is fulfilled, clear? Like we can say that earlier our motive is to clear Jaiib, and our because this is our one motive, and after that basically we will move toward the cap. Clear? Because this helps us to make eligible for the cap. Clear? And after that basically what they will do, some basically we will do certification courses. Clear? So basically if one requirement is fulfilled, basically we will move towards the other, and after that basically we will move towards the other. Clear? Similarly here basically when one need is fulfilled, clear? Basically when one need is fulfilled, a person seeks to fulfill the next one. Clear? And so on. Clear? So Maslow hierarchy of needs. Clear? Maslow hierarchy of needs basically includes 5 motivational needs. Clear? Maslow hierarchy of needs basically includes 5 motivational needs, often depicted as hierarchical levels within a pyramid. Clear? Basically within a pyramid like this one. So basically his 5-stage model. Clear? His a 5-stage model can be divided into, first one is the psychological needs, second one is to be the safety needs, third one is to be the social needs, fourth one is to the esteem needs, fifth one is the self-actualization needs. Clear? Fifth one is the self-actualization needs. So basically we have to discuss under each by each. Clear? Basically what has to be included under that. Clear? So basically they have same mention under that. Clear? First one basically we have to fulfill the psychological needs, and after that safety needs. Clear? So basically these are considered to be under the basic needs. Clear? These are considered to be under the basic needs: psychological needs, safety needs. And next one basically we have to need social needs. Clear? Social needs, self-esteem needs, self-actualization. Clear? Self-actualization needs. Clear? So basically all these comes under the deficiency needs, all these comes under the psychological needs. Clear? Also psychological needs, safety needs, social needs, self-esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. Clear? So let's understand basically with the help of example basically what is the meaning of social logic psychological needs. Clear? Psychological needs. Clear? So basically psychological needs basically we can say that totally basic things. Clear? Totally basic things. Like first one is the core saving account. Clear? Basically person does not having any account in the bank. Clear? So basically first motive is there basically that is to be have a saving account. Clear? So psychological needs basically comes under, like basically we can say that a core saving account, personal accidental cover, and housing loan. Clear? Personal accident cover and housing loan. Clear? So basically like this year basically they will ask question. Clear? In the year 2022 basically they will ask question from that. Clear? One more question basically from these things, like what we have to include it under the psychological needs or security or safety needs. Clear? So these are also important. Clear? One more question basically we will expect from that also. Clear? Psychological needs, like we can say that the core saving accounts, personal accident cover, housing loans. Clear? So these are basically comes under the basic needs. Clear? And if these needs are basically fulfilled, clear, if basically these needs are to be fulfilled, so basically we will move toward the second step. Clear? So basically we will move toward the second step, that is security and safety needs. Clear? That is basically security and safety needs. Clear? Like basically we are getting certain fixed income. Clear? So basically our next motive, that is basically we can save our money. Clear? Either in the form of recurring deposits or in the fixed deposit products. Clear? So basically we have to invest our money. Clear? Or basically we have to purchase life insurance products. Clear? Life insurance products, or basically we are also getting specific income. Clear? So basically our next motive is tax planning. Clear? Basically how basically we have to see basically plan our income. Clear? So basically we have to pay less tax. Clear? Basically we have to pay less tax. Clear? Like tax planning, banking, insurance, and mutual fund products. Clear? Insurance and mutual fund products. Clear? So that is basically comes under the security or safety needs. Clear? That is basically comes under the security or safety needs. Clear? First one is basically psychological needs, and after that basically we will move towards the security or safety needs. Clear? Next one here, that is to be the social needs. Clear? Social needs, that is basically we can say that the consumer loans, personal loans, home loans, car loans, loans for the professional development, basically for the doctors, engineers, lawyers, chartered accountants, management consultants, architects, etc. Clear? All these things basically comes under the social needs. retail gold coins, health policies basically for the self and family, investment products like mutual fund schemes, systematic investment plans of mutual funds, unit linked insurance products. Clear? So basically all these things basically comes under the social needs. Clear? All these things basically comes under the social needs. Clear? Like you will see that basically mutual funds, clear, have come under both. Clear? Mutual funds basically have come under both, under the security and safety need also, and under the social needs also. Clear? Under the social needs also. Clear? So if they ask basically any question on the basis of that, so basically they will basically pick those options, clear, basically which are you will find only under the one, clear, basically which you will find only under the one, clear. So after the social needs, clear, basically what you will need, basically esteem needs, clear, basically esteem need, that is basically comes under the special term deposit products, clear. Special term deposit products, like we can say that basically if you are investing basically for the 5 years, clear, basically you will get little bit extra interest, clear. Or basically there are specific products, like basically we can say that on celebrating 75 years of independence, clear. So banks lost basically 75 months or 1111 days, clear. Different products, clear, basically for the fixed deposit, clear. Different banks basically have launched different products, clear. So basically you have, that is basically special some term deposit products, term insurance products, second housing loan or home improvement or home decor loans, clear. All these things basically comes under the esteem needs, clear. All these things basically come under the esteem needs, clear. Next, last one here basically which we have to discuss, that is self-actualization needs, clear. Self-actualization needs, clear. That is basically we can say that pensioners loan, clear. That is first one is the pensioner loans. Second here basically that is the retirement solutions in banking and pension plans in insurance, or senior citizens term deposit products, clear. Or senior citizens term deposit products, clear. All these things basically comes under the self-actualization needs, clear. Self-actualization needs, that is like we can say that pensioners loans, retirement solutions in the banking and pension plans in the insurance, and senior citizens term deposit products, clear. And senior citizens term deposit products, clear. So all these things basically comes under the self-actualization needs, clear. All these things basically comes under the self-actualization needs, clear. So basically this is a brief discussion of the Maslow theory, clear. Basically this is the brief discussion of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, clear. First one is the psychological needs, second one is the safety needs, third one is the social needs, fourth one is the self-esteem needs, fifth one is the self-actualization, clear. Fifth one is the self-actualization, clear. So basically in this session basically we have to discuss up to this much point. So I request to all of you, please go through the session once again and try to remember all the important points, clear. And try to remember all the important points. All these points are very basic, but you have to go through once again so that you are able to remember all the points, clear. So thanks to all of you for watching this session.